we are back on SportsLine. Tennessee, a win last night for the first time since 2011 at Georgia. You don't think of that as a typically difficult road trip, but it's been a struggle for Tennessee over the years. Last night wasn't pretty, but the Vols got it done 75-67. Josiah Jordan-James with a big effort, 25 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists to help the Vols get it done. Here was Rick Barnes after the game.
Yeah, Rick, maybe other than a little spurts there in the second half, it looked kind of uneven at times, a little sloppy. What did you think of the guys' performance tonight? Was that Georgia doing some good stuff, or was that y'all not being at your best?
Well, I do think Georgia did some really good stuff. You know, it's they really cut off the ball as well as any team we played all year. We knew coming in, we scouted Georgia and did our prep as hard as we did for any game we played this year, and we knew that they would spread us out, but it was starting the game. It was disappointing that we allowed them to get some of that. But our offense early, you know, I thought our guys thought it was going to, and we did get some good looks at the basket. We missed a number of shots around the rim that we need to should make. But Georgia, they're incredibly well coached team. Tom does a terrific job, and you know, I thought from an execution standpoint, they out executed us. And we were able to get control of the game there when we got it up to 15, 16, whatever it was, where Josiah had a great stretch through there. Uros really did a good job rebounding the ball. I thought his defense changed the game a little bit inside there, where he was able to give us some pretty good interior defense. But we went through a couple stretches there where I kept telling them, we've got to let John Fulkerson touch the ball at some point in time. And finally, when he did, those were 2 big baskets that he got. But our guards have got to realize that they've got to know when he's in the game, and he was really working to get it, but they just didn't get him the ball where he wanted it. And but give Georgia credit, because again, they did exactly what we thought. We knew they'd play really hard. They came out ultra speed, fast. At times, had 5 guards out there where they were just really going at it. And but tough night for Zakai. You all know what he went through after our game. His mom losing everything in a fire up in New York, and first time that he really hasn't been to Zakai that we've known from day one. And it's been a very emotional day. He saw his mom here for the first time since the fire, and but it was a tough day. It's been a tough couple of days for him. But overall, you know, to come in and get a win, we needed it, that we desperately needed after a big win at home. And now we got one more final game at home, and we're going to have to play a whole lot better. We know that, and we'll see if we can do it.
Yeah, Rick, I wanted to ask about Fulke specifically. What did you like about what he gave you late? And then also just the way that Josiah seemed to really elevate his offense, both in the first half and second half when you guys were struggling a bit. How important was he?
Really important. I thought he did. I thought his command out on the court was really good, and you know you could tell he got in that groove where his mid-range game opened up. I thought where he was able to get set. He had a couple great looks from the 3-point line, and we were getting him getting down the floor pretty quick in transition, and sometimes over dribbling the ball and turning the ball over when we didn't need to. But Josiah not only did he score the ball well, but he rebounded the ball well. Had a couple blocks, and his minutes at that point in time was the reason we were able to stretch it out.
Rick, what does your team learn this time of year from this kind of game before to turn?
Well, I can only tell you what I told them. I said this is like an NCAA basketball game where everybody thinks you're supposed to win a game and or games, whatever it may be, and we were very impatient on the defensive end. We were jumping around, had happy feet, just. Really, we weren't very disciplined on the defensive end, and offensively, we were able to get the ball in places where we wanted it. But I mean, I know we missed a dunk. I know we missed 3 or 4. We left 10, 12 points at the rim where we just missed shots, and then we go in and because of that, we get impatient and came back early. And I just felt there was way too much. The ball was sticking in guys' hands, just dribbling for no reason, and where we got to get back to moving the ball and not just killing the ball and being ball stoppers when there's no reason to do what we did at times.
Rob Lewis, Ben McKee, and Ryan Shumpert.
Coach, second game in a row where you really took it to the other team on the boards. How big of a point of emphasis is that for you? How happy are you to see your guys, kind of turning the corner there at this point in time of the year?
Rob, we had a big lineup out there, and we felt like we could really rebound the ball, but then they would go with a smaller, quicker guard lineup and was really putting pressure. So we size down. And then honestly, I looked and I told the coaches, we went a few possessions where we had no thrust on the offensive boards, even though we were defensively rebounding the ball okay, but they went and got it a little bit. So we went with the zone a little bit to see if we could maybe just play the two big guys, and we decided we're going to keep them out there and see what we could do. And that's when we started hurting them on the glass, where they had to come back and start playing a little bit more traditional with some post players. But I'm glad we did rebound it, because if we didn't, it would have been an even longer night for us.
Rick, with Josiah, you mentioned the mid-range and getting to the middle of the floor. Is that something that you all have talked to him about doing more? Because it really seemed to kind of open up things for him, especially from the perimeter after that point.
It is. We've talked to him about his game, being able to score at all three levels. I think he could be explosive around the rim if he would just make up his mind he's going to go in there and try to dunk the ball on somebody and explode, because he's long, he's strong, he's got an incredible body. But I really liked his footwork tonight in his mid-range game. I thought he got there. I thought he sat down and popped up and shot it the way that we talked about. And then when he takes his time and he gets the looks from the perimeter like he did tonight, that's what we want from him at all three levels.
Keeping it on the Josiah theme, he was really dialed in from the get-go, and obviously the team kind of started sluggish. Just what does that say about kind of his leadership and how he's grown as a player?
Well, he was, but he did get back up the first play of the game. They, for whatever reason, I can't tell you how much time we emphasized that, but you got to give them credit, because they not only do they have a passer in the middle of the floor that can really, he does do a great job passing the ball, and they do a great job of finishing their cuts to the rim, and the pass comes not early in the back cut. It normally comes right around the rim where you can finish it quick, and they do that as well as any team I've coached against. They're good at it. It's coming. It's hard for us because we're so used to really running people off ball screens and those type things. But Josiah, the very first play of the game, did get back up, but he was able to get back in and make a block. And again, as the game went on, he was dialed in, and he got the 4 fouls, but he was. Again, I thought he was a big difference for us tonight.
Finish up with Mike and Grant.
Rick, you mentioned Zakai. Are you guys, as the university or basketball program, able to do anything in terms of supporting the family, supporting Zakai in this process?
Yeah, we can, and we'll have more details tomorrow when we do it. When we get back. Like I said, his mom